Today, we're going to talk about the two big drivers in almost every investor's lives. That is FOMO and FOLO. So, FOMO is very common. We've all heard about FOMO, fear of missing out. So, this is what, since the dawn of time, since 1848 and the great gold rush to California, where one person found gold, and next thing you know, fear of missing out sent hundreds of thousands of people across the country to seek out gold. Why? Fear of missing out. My neighbors are going to be filthy rich. Their neighbors are, and that's going to leave me behind. You see this today. This is something that has not eluded us for the past 200, almost 200 years. It's as prevalent today as it ever has been. I see people buying Bitcoin left and right who can't spell it. I see people who are buying real estate endeavors and fixing things up that can't use a hammer and a nail. And I'm not describing me this time. So the reality is FOMO is one of the key biases that lead half of our investment decisions. And I've been at this game for 20 some years and I see it every day. Truly do. It's the herd mentality. If everyone else is doing it and profiting, so will I. So FOMO. Now, what's FOLO? Being that I invented it a few minutes ago. Fear of losing out. So if sort of the devil on one side is FOMO, the angel on the other side is FOLO. So fear of losing out talks about those people that didn't go to the West Coast, that stayed very complacent and didn't take any risks in their lives. These are people who have what's called loss aversion. There's a notion that you feel pain twice as badly as you experience joy. And so these are the individuals who were burned once. Maybe it was in the .com bubble. Maybe it was in the Great Recession. Maybe it was as recently as last year in the COVID dip. Whatever it is, these loss aversions stick around and shape our investment behaviors long into the future because we're afraid of missing out. We're afraid of losing out, I should say. And now the question is, if these are two behavioral biases that drive us in opposite directions and shape our financial and investing outlook, how do we combat it? What are the tools that, as a professional guiding people, I go to try to sift through the noise? Three things, I think. One is facts, cold, hard facts. So if we look at any time period, whether you're a FOMO or a FOLO person, if you just look at facts, 3/4 of the time stock market's up, for instance. That's a fact. And that's not a 5-year period. That's a 100-year period we're talking about. 3/4 of the year stock market's up. Facts. So why, if the market's down and you know that 1 out of 4 years is going to be down, does it drive you crazy or does it get you too afraid to invest or stick with it? Also, you look at facts and things like the Bitcoins of the world, or even the tech bubble back in the day where people were buying stocks, and even the real estate bubble. People were buying stocks and homes that, if you did any basic analysis, you would understand that they're not valued at what people are paying them for. But people were willing to because they had the fear of missing out. So what else can combat these behaviors? Let's call it faith. I'm a big fan of faith in the sense that you can't always see the forest through the trees. We saw this last year with COVID. Is COVID going to be the end of our society and our economy and our markets? No. Was it a real estate bubble? No. Or a tech bubble? The answer is always no. Sometimes you don't know the outcome. You don't know how things will go. But having a foundation of faith that you know things will persevere through, we will always move forward, not backwards, as a world, as an economy, that faith as a backbone can really help get you through and see the forest through the trees, even when you can't envision what it looks like. So facts and faith are two key things to combat these major and influential behavioral biases. What's my last F, if you will, to combat it? Financial help. Bring in a professional. It's hard. It's really hard. Our brains are wired for a fight or flight mentality. It's driven by fear and greed, essentially what I'm discussing here. And a lot of times, bringing in that sound voice, that unbiased, unemotional professional, the role that we provide, is critical to helping us stay the course, create a plan, act not emotionally, but rationally based on facts and figures and beliefs that aren't discovered over 1 year, that are principles for hundreds of years. And so if we go back to these facts, faith, and bring in some financial help, you'll be in a great position to provide regardless of FOMO or FOLO. So there you have it. I'm Andrew Rosen, president of Diversified. As always, hope you enjoyed today's blog. Stay wealthy, stay healthy, and certainly stay happy. Take care.